300. An excerpt from the movie. When the boy was born, like all Spartans, he was inspected. If he'd been small or puny, sickly or misshapen, he would have been discarded. By the time he could stand, he was baptized in the fire of combat, taught never to retreat, never to surrender, toward the death on the battlefield in service of Sparta is the greatest glory he could achieve in his life. At age 7, as is customary in Sparta, the boy was taken away from his mother and plunged into a world of violence, manufactured by 300 years of Spartan warrior society to create the finest soldiers the world has ever known. Agoge, as it was called, forces the boy to fight. Starvation forces them to steal, and if necessary, to kill. By rod and lash, the boy is punished, taught to show no pain, no mercy, constantly tested, tossed into the wild, left to pit his wit and will against nature's fury. It was his initiation, his time in the wild, for he would return to his people, a Spartan, or not at all. He had wandered far from Sparta, far from home. He would survive on roots and bugs and rodents. And now, he was freezing to death, cold, hungry, far from home, defenseless. The scrawny stick he had sharpened, it was nothing, a joke, a child's toy masquerading as a proper spear. He was defenseless. He was brave. He heard a low growl. A wolf. It begins to circle the boy. Claws of black steel, fur as dark as the night, eyes glowing red like jewels from the pit of hell itself. The jagged wolf, sniffing, savoring the scent of the meal to come. It was not fear that grips him, only a restlessness, the heightened sense of things, the cold air in his lungs, the wind-swept pines moving against the coming night. Did the boy run? Did he cower? Did he cry? No! Not this boy. He showed the wolf his backside. He was calm. Not a trace of fear did he show. The wind screamed as he slipped through a narrow wound in the rock. Too late. The beast charged and howled, thrashing. Trapped. Pinned by the unforgiving rock. The boy raised his stick. His hands were steady. His form perfect. And so the boy, given up for dead, returns to his people, to sacred Sparta, a king, our king, Leonidas. It had been 40 years since the wolf and the winter cold. Now was dead. It is not fear that grips him, only a restlessness, the heightened sense of things, the rocky soil beneath his feet, the salty breeze, the snoring and shallow breathing of the 300 men confident. But this beast is made of men and horses, and spears and swords, a force of men so massive it shakes the earth with its march. It is an army of slaves, vast beyond imagining, ready to devour tiny Greece, to snuff out the world's one hope for reason and justice. The beast approaches, and it was King Leonidas himself who provoked it. "Persians, come and get some," he said. A distant horn calls, 1,000 arrows screech. The sky goes dark, a thicket rises. 100 nations descend upon us, snorting, snarling desert beasts. The armies of all Asia pledged to crush the impertinent Republic of Greece, to make slaves of the free men the world has ever known. Like an angry ocean, heaving wave after wave against an unyielding cliff, they shatter upon each advance. The immortals approach, wordless, faceless, therefore faultless, moving in such perfect unison that each collective step strikes the earth like a blow from the fire god's hammer. They march. The personal guard to King Xerxes himself, the Persian warrior elite, the deadliest fighting force in all Asia. It had been 40 years since the wolf and the winter cold. Now as then, it is not fear that grips him, only a restlessness, the heightened sense of things, the sea-born breeze, coolly kissing the sweat of his chest and neck, the steady breathing of the 300 men at his back, ready to die for him without a moment's pause. Every one of them. "Slaughter them! Slaughter them!" commanded the Persian king. Leonidas' helmet was stifling. It narrowed his vision, and he must see far. His shield became heavy. It threw off his balance, and his target was far away. The old ones claim that we Spartans descend from Hercules himself. The bold Leonidas gives testament to our bloodline. His roar is long and loud and full of laughter. Staring death squarely in the eye, he laughs, ha ha ha! And so my king died, and my brothers died, barely a year ago. And now, here on this rocky, ragged patch of Greece we call Plataea, Xerxes' horde face obliteration. Although his forces outnumber us a paltry 3-1, this day we rescue a world from the old, dark, stupid ways, and we usher in a future that is surely brighter than any we can imagine. Give thanks, men, to Leonidas and his brave 300s, and ready yourselves for war!